ya YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Fantasy Grounds from the ground up. And in our last episode, we kind of went in depth into conditions and effects. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I know I did a video earlier on where I don't think we quite went as deep as we did in this one, but we did cover a lot of the same stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed it either way and found it useful, which is, the whole reason I'm putting these things out is hopefully to help show you what a great product Fantasy Grounds is. What I kind of wanted to do today is we've kind of seen the customization of character and notes. Obviously notes is easy, it's just add a note. Images, we know how to do that, we know how to create tables. When we created our own campaign, or well, we didn't create our own, but we did the White Well and we converted it, I guess is probably the best way to do it. We did story, we did quests, we did NPCs, we did encounters, we did parcels. And what I wanted to do is look at custom other items. Now, because on the fly I'm not going to be able to come up with really custom ideas, what we're going to do is kind of replicate things that are there. And I wanted to start maybe with backgrounds. That seems like a fairly introductory area that maybe we could do that, and then we'll actually create a character and see if it actually works properly. From what I understand, as long as it's a background, the parser will know to do additional steps. Or a class, it'll do steps. As far as the actual window goes and the information that goes in said window, it seems like it's pretty much the same as, say, creating the story or notes, or, well, maybe not notes. Notes are pretty basic, but story or things of that nature. So we're going to go ahead and click on background here. And I was just thinking what we're going to do is just basically copy an acolyte. I've been saying I wasn't going to do that anymore. Someone corrected me because I was calling it alkite so many times earlier on, and it's acolyte. So you don't need to tell me I said it wrong because I just corrected myself about 80 times. But what we're going to do is we're going to create one of these. So as you can see, the acolyte, it follows a lot of the information that you have for just a simple story element, where you can add images, you can add links to tables, you can, do everything that you do there. We're going to go ahead. Oh, I can't unlock it. That means I can't copy and paste. Hold on. D&D Beyond to the rescue, hopefully. Hopefully it has all the same information. D&D Beyond, let's go into where is backgrounds? Backgrounds right there. Acolyte, here we go. It looks like it has pretty much the same information, so I think we're fine. Yeah. All right, so anyway, we're going to create it, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be fairly easy, but I wanted to show you guys, if you're creating your own thing, I imagine what it does is, the difference is if this is in backgrounds, it's going to parse it differently. It's going to specifically look for things like skills and languages, and doesn't actually do equipment. But it might look for things like feature, and it doesn't look for table, I'm pretty sure. But the parser is going to look for these individual components and append anything that it sees on the end into your character sheet, from what I understand. So we're going to go ahead in here. We're going to change this now to uncategorized, and we're going to create a new one. And let's go ahead and bring it up here. You know what? Maybe I'm going to call it an alkite. That way I can be right. Don't know what an alkite really is, but I'm just kidding. So we're going to call this ACOLYTE, and I'm going to do double I, just so we know it's different than what we have. Then it looks like you pretty much, you know, as we've done in the past. Now, I don't know how this is going to go from D&D Beyond directly in here. Is it going to add extra spaces? Oh, it actually didn't. This is actually, is it the same? Oh yeah, because this one's a little wider. There we go. That looks much better. That looks pretty much the same. And then simply, I might have to bring this actually over further. To do this, we've seen that before. Why is it putting the... There we go. To add an image, we simply come into here, and I believe... Do we have to type in the image? I don't think so. So if we come in here, go to images, do ACOL. There's an acolyte. Let's make sure it's the same image. That looks like a dude. And that looks like a dude. So there we go. Let's go ahead and grab that. We'll drag it right there. And then we're just going to add to it, say IMAGE, because it probably doesn't really care about this part. And make it bold. So there we go. And go ahead and hit enter twice. And then I guess I probably should have turned off the, let's just tell it paragraph, probably body text and body text. We have an extra space in here. I'm not sure how to get rid of that or make it the same, but that's irrelevant. That's really not that important. Maybe we'll just do it there. All right, and then it says, choose a god, pantheon, blah, 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 copy, paste. Now that one is definitely bigger. I'm not sure why. Choose a god, pantheon gods, divine being, and work with your DM to detail all the natural service. That's the same. This whole part, the gods of the multiverse contain sample pantheon. Oh, okay. That's because the gods of the multiverse is actually in the appendix of the basic rules. So that's what that's telling us to do. And I suppose we could actually create a link to the basic rules, but then if you don't have that library loaded, you'll get issues. So we're not going to worry about that. We could even delete that, but once again, I'm not going to worry about that. So, whoops, I'm in D&D Beyond still. All right, so next we have our proficiencies. So I'm going to go ahead here. We're going to change our thing to a heading. I'm going to type proficiency, PROFICIENCIES, proficiencies. And then let's go ahead and turn it back to regular body. Oh, nope. Oh, I forgot. That does it for the whole line. So, whoops, did the wrong one. Bold. If we hit enter, now it's automatically changing back. So first we have skill. And we're going to say INSIGHT, insight, and comma religion. RELIGION. I was thinking about, maybe we'll try that later on. We're going to customize this later on to also add a third skill, that we're going to add a custom skill, and we're going to try and add maybe that into here. So there we have that. We're going to go ahead, come back here, and make that bold. Pretty easy. Language, LANGUAGE, is that right? How you spell that? ES. LANGUAGES, yes. Go and make that bold by hitting Control B, by the way, if you don't know those shortcuts already. And this will be TWO2, oh, but this isn't bold. 2 of your CHOICE. Now I don't really think the bold part has anything to do with it. This is just to make it more obvious for you. And let's do equipment. EQUIPTMENT. Is that right? Equip. Oh, why did I get a T in there? Equipment. EQUIP. I even said T. Okay, do a bold there. And then I think I can actually just paste from here, hopefully. I was a little worried doing from D&D Beyond I was going to grab links, but it actually didn't try and grab a link there. So there's our equipment. Looks like maybe something is a little less wordy here than here, or a space or something, because we're just barely off on that. But like I said, no worries there. Let's go ahead and do our features. We're going to do paragraph heading and do FEATURES features. And so it looks like our feature is a feature, probably, it's not a feat. Where would the feature be? Do we create features? Shelter the faithful. Would a I know it's not going to be feet. I'm just curious as to where an actual feature is, what kind of thing is it stored in. I don't think it's a spell, because it's not a power. This is actually a good question. Where on earth are features? Because there's not one called features. We could actually just have it add that, but then it won't add the link. So it's got to be somewhere. But it's not background feature. I don't think that's in background. All. Because that's all of them, and there's not one there. Where would you put that? Feat, spells. Because all the different features, class features, would they be under class? But they don't have features here. That's coding for the features. That's interesting. I didn't know that that would come up under here. Maybe under spells. Let's do this. FEATURE. No. Interesting. Where would you put features? And the only other thing I could think is that it's grabbed directly from the book. So if we came in here, went to D&D Player's Handbook, went to Backgrounds, Acolyte, but no, because that's still... Where would that be? It's not skills. I'm going to have to look that up, because I honestly can't think where features would be. So if you're creating your own features, I wonder if let's just check really quick. FANTASYTROUNDS CUSTOM FEATURE features. Custom class features and feature actions. I don't know that that's what we want. Program features, creating custom class, ground up in developer guides, the wiki. themes, houses. That's definitely going to be something to look up. I mean, because I know the feature, I could actually just drag the feature from here to here, but I don't want to do that because I want to know if I created my own feature, I should have a spot here that is for features. So I'm going to leave that blank. And then we have suggested characteristics. I'm not missing a features thing, right? I don't think so. All right, so let's go ahead and change this back. So we'll just leave that one blank. I don't think it will have any issues. SU suggested characteristics, and then hit enter and go back to our suggested characteristics right here and go copy and then come here and oops, we can't right click, we just have to hit Control V, and there's that. And then finally our last part is to add these tables. So I'm gonna move this over because we actually have a few tables and I'm pretty sure they're all in here. So if we say acolyte, ACOLYTE, here's our acolytes. So let's just stick with the D&D basic rules. So our first one is going to be our personality trait. So here's our player handbook, So go ahead and do do that. Hit enter. That's going to give us another little guy. Ideal is next. So player's handbook ideal. Can I do it there? Oh, I sure can. Beautiful. And we have bond. And finally we have flaw. And now these don't actually parse into anything. T-A-B-L-E. I wonder if I could do this. Control C. Oh, Control B first. And C. And V. Nope, can't do that. Control Z. All right, fine. T-A-B-L-E. Space. T-A-B-L-E. Space. T-A-B-L-E. Space. All right, and then if we do this, do Control B. So aside from the feature, we pretty much got the same thing going for us here. We have everything else in here the way that it matches over here. So let's go ahead, we'll save this guy by, well, we'll just lock it. And we will throw this into one of our characters. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, actually we have one right here that's just no one. So if we come here and now we go to our backgrounds down here, we should see if we drag this into background that we have Alakite. Oh my gosh, I said it again. Acolyte 2 added 2, and then it has nothing there. So I'm almost thinking this might not have worked. Interesting. I know we can create them. I mean, they give us the option, but it's really weird that even though they give you the option to say create a background, and this is identical other than the feature to the other one, but it does not treat it the same at all. In fact, it did not do any of this stuff. We could look under abilities, didn't give us any languages. It didn't give us any of our skills automatically. So this was kind of a wasteful video of 20 minutes. But I think I'm still gonna post this because I would like you guys to see. I'd really like to get any information if you guys know anything about the features or why, even though we created a background, it does not populate the character correctly, aside from creating the link to our background type. I'm going to do some research, but I would love to hear what you guys think. I will apologize right now that this video probably wasn't as helpful as some of the others, as what we did was all for naught. However, I kind of get the feeling we're just missing a couple little things, and I'm going to try and figure that out, whatever it is. I mean, we don't have any options here. If we go to Insight, close sharing, skill, insight, religion. Yeah, so everything's the same. Yeah, anyway, I apologize for this not being a very helpful video. Hopefully you guys kind of enjoyed watching me squirm and not not have good results. But it did bring up some questions, which I think are really good, and I'm going to research those, and maybe in the next video we'll address those, and we'll see what is different between ours and theirs and where the heck features are. So that's it. If you did enjoy either way, please leave a like down below, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, check out my Discord and my other channels, and until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.